What's up guys, Jake here. In the next couple months, I plan to buy my first home, and step one in that process is to talk to a loan officer in order to get pre-approved for a mortgage. And I'm told step two is to find a realtor in the local area in order to find a home. And in this video, I want to talk about that. Is a realtor necessary when you're the buyer of a new home? And the answer up front is yes, you should definitely work with a realtor in the local area, and the main reason why is because when you're the buyer of the home, the realtor representing you doesn't get paid unless you actually buy something. They're working on commission, and it's the seller of the home who pays that commission along with their own listing agent. And you might be thinking, well, is it possible to not use realtors? The quoted expense fee for using realtors is about 6% of the price of the home. So if this is a $400,000 house being bought, the realtor fees are going to total about $24,000. Now, this only really makes sense to cut out the realtors if you know the person selling the house personally. If this is a family member or a close friend and you guys just want to make this transaction happen one for one. But if you don't know this individual and you can't trust them that everything they say about the house is accurate and fair and part of the home price, then I don't recommend just doing it on your own, buyer to seller. However, this path is becoming more common with just cutting out realtors and their fees. Similar to Uber disrupting traditional taxi services, there are websites now that are disrupting the traditional real estate agent model. One of these websites is called Open Door. Another one is called OfferPad. I think everybody has heard of Zillow. And you can now buy and sell houses directly to and with Zillow. So how do these websites operate? Well, they're operating because they're taking what would have been that 6% realtor fee. Potentially they're lowering that to buy and sell homes, and that is their margin for profit. Now you might also have the thought of, can we just have one real estate agent representing both parties, the buyer and seller of the home? This one person is familiar with the process, they can handle all the paperwork. Is it possible for just one person to do everything? And this is possible. It's called dual agency. Normally, as the buyer, the real estate agent representing that person is the buyer's agent. The seller's real estate agent is called the listing agent. And actually, anytime the buyer and seller agents are part of the same company, this is considered dual agency. It's not just one individual. It can be two people from the same company. And they have to disclose this because there can be a conflict of interest. Dual agency is actually illegal in some states, Florida, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Colorado. The reason why is because there's a conflict of interest when negotiating price. If you're the buyer and you tell your agents what the top dollar amounts you're willing to pay for a property, that doesn't mean that's how much you should pay. There should be a negotiation. There should be an offer price, potentially a counter offer based on your private budget amounts. However, if you're representing the seller as well, you're trying to get top dollar for this property because you're also working on commission depending on how much the house is sold for. So they're trying to get as much money as they can from the buyer. The buying agent is trying to represent the people looking for a home so that they're not overpaying. Because of this conflict of interest, I don't recommend doing dual agency. If you're buying a home, just go with your own agent, not working at the same company as the listing agent. So hopefully at this point you're seeing the benefits of having your own dedicated agent to serving you, but for fun, let's do 4 additional reasons why you should use a real estate agent when looking for a home. Number 1 is when you're touring houses or meeting with the seller's agent, they know exactly what questions to ask about the property. Questions about the community, questions about the previous home buyer, and factors potentially that could hurt the resale of this home. Should you need to or want to move in a couple years, you want to be able to resell this property and make sure that everything involving the neighborhood, the community, the house is sound, because your home really is a form of an investment, and you need to be able to ideally sell it for more than what you paid for it in the future should you need to. Reason number 2 is that real estate agents network with other agents when buying and selling homes, and they're capable of telling you about a property that has not been advertised yet. So let's say somebody is getting their house ready to sell on the market. They've decided on a price, they've found an agent. Potentially, the seller's agent knows your buyer's agent, and you can be seeing this property before it goes public on Zillow. As soon as it's on Zillow, thousands of people have seen it, maybe hundreds of people have made phone calls. If people are seeing the property and putting in offers, then you might not be able to get this house for the asking price. You might get into a bidding war with other buyers. However, if your agent is good and they can work with the seller's agent, maybe you can go directly to the asking price, and the seller's agent can tell the homeowners, hey, I already got an offer at what you want. This is your asking price. If you accept this now, they'll go into escrow. They'll close the deal. You don't have to wait any more time. You don't have to put up with doing house tours or having people come into your home. So there is, this insider knowledge that agents have networking with each other, and that's part of what you're paying for when looking for a home. Reason number 3 is you don't know what you don't know. The average home buyer will only buy a home potentially between 1 and 3 times over their lifetime, but a good real estate agent should be buying and selling a home between 1 and 5 times a month. So they're very familiar with the process they need to go to close this deal. There can be dozens of pages of paperwork, contingencies, inspections, appraisals, concessions, contract negotiation, buyer protection, and the entire escrow process. Once again, this is what you're paying for in order to have the agent guide you through all this process, which can take weeks to potentially months to close. And reason number 4 is you want to build a good relationship with this real estate agent. If they serve you well and you want to use them again in the future, then you don't have to look for a new real estate agent. And something I recommend you do when you buy a home is don't tell your agent this is your forever home. Maybe say, yep, we're planning on for sure living here 3 to 5 years, but potentially for work or whatever, we could end up moving. What you're subcommunicating to your agent is that you might potentially be selling this house again in the future. This is a dream come true for real estate agents. When they work with buyers, they can then be the selling agent when you want to leave this property in 3 to 5 years. So they will be looking out for you. They do have your best interest at heart. But if they know that you can be potentially a repeat customer, then they are going to love you and give you top priority. So working with forming a good relationship with a real estate agent can be very beneficial long-term over your lifetime. So there you have it. That's my arguments for why you should be working with a realtor when buying a home. Of course, I am not in any way associated with any company or agency or firm. I have no links. I have no websites. I'm not trying to sell you guys on anything here. I just was doing the research for myself and thought I would share it with you. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up so the algorithm knows it's good. In addition, if you guys know anything I don't or want to contribute something down below, leave me a helpful comment so other people can check it out. Till the next video, take care.